Hi everyone, welcome to the channel Practical Reefer. My name is Mark as always. Now, the video I'm about to show you was actually recorded about a week ago and I sort of edited together and put in a few pictures and stuff. Now I'm actually going to do a little sort of prefix or preface to the video, which is this, as I've kind of learned just a little bit more about the type of coral, and it was just by chance watching a reef builders video where they're talking about their Acan or Acanthastria garden. Now, and this is something I've heard, but it never quite clicked, and to new reefers like myself it might be of interest. And it's all about how Acan Lordhowensis is not correctly named. It's actually Micromussa Lordhowensis, and it's a slightly different genus of coral. I think that's the right phrase. I'm just making this up on the fly. So basically, what a lot of people refer to as an Acan is actually a Micromussa Lordhowensis. And there's a lot of reefers who have been doing this for a good few years, or 10 or 20 years, who just, that's what they know it as, and it's an Acan Lordhowensis, and they know where it sits and what it can go with. But for me, being quite new back into it, and it had nothing to do with Acans when I had some corals 10, 15 years ago, for me, I'm now going to start referring to this as Micromussa Lordhowensis, or at least the ultra rainbow, or the rainbow Acan I've got, or Micromussa, and the ultra green Micromussa that I've got. And that's where it should sit, and I think it's, like Jake Adams at Reef Builders, that's the hill he'll die on. And probably for a good reason, because it's the right way to refer to it. And I know there's some great reefers in the UK, they've got channels and they understand what the coral is and where it sits and what it can go next to, and they don't have a problem with it and it doesn't cause them an issue. But maybe for newer reefers like myself, or reefers that don't have that experience, calling it Acan Lordhowensis then causes potential issues with compatibility, making an Acan garden. So for me, in this next bit of video that you're going to hear, I'm going to refer to my rainbow Acan as Acan Lordhowensis, but what I should really be calling it is Micromussa Lordhowensis, and that is the correct name for it. And I think knowing that would have saved me some troubles, which we're going to see in the video now. So I'll play that video as I recorded it, but anytime I mention Acan Lordhowensis, it's Micromussa Lordhowensis, and that's where the problem lies. So I'll let you see this. It's a little warning to you guys of just coral warfare and how to place things, but I think that's part of the issue, is the terminology of the coral probably doesn't help. Excuse the tank, I've literally just stuck the blues on when it's been dark. It doesn't look great. But yeah, I think that's where the problem lies, is the proper terminology. And for someone like me, because I didn't have experience of it, it's one of those things I'd heard loads of times, but I hadn't put it together because I didn't have experience of it. You could tell everyone, the theory of something, but until they've done it in practice, then it doesn't click. But for me, it kind of clicked after having had the issue. Then I just saw it. There's a Reef Builders this week where they've got a really beautiful Acan garden, proper Acanthastria, different types, not Micromussa Lordhowensis. So I think that's the issue. I'm kind of babbling on a bit here, but I think that there's a good reason that Jake Adams is going to die on that hill or win that battle, or that's the hill he wants to die on, because it is the correct way to phrase them. And I think it makes sense, and it's certainly helped me now understand the issue that I've had. But I'll play this video on, it's a little story of some issues I've had in the tank, and it might help some other people out in future. But hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll catch you next time, and I'll let you play this video on now. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel Practical Reefer. My name is Mark as always. Just a bit of a story, this video, more than anything else. I had some coral warfare in the tank with some of my new LPS corals, my Acans. So as you'll have seen a couple of weeks ago, about 4 weeks ago now, I bought 2 Acans from Nessie's Lair. Pretty sure they're both Lordhowensis, so I've got an ultra green Acan and a rainbow Acan, which I'll put a picture up just now to let you see. I think I put them on Instagram as well, you've probably seen them. So they look great, absolutely loved them. And then a week later I went back to Nessie's. I think I was just going for a look, as you do. And I was really after some live food to pop in with the baby mollies, just because I was going away for a weekend. but he didn't have any. The supplier had messed up the order, and he had some brine shrimp which he would have given me for free, but the reason was it was going off a bit and it wasn't the best. But I decided I would try the fish keeper on the way home, which wasn't far away, which I don't normally go to. So I got some copepods, which probably weren't the best either, but that's another story. But I also seen a really, really nice Acan, which I'll pop up a picture of that just now. Also went on Instagram, so this was a week later. Much bigger piece, beautiful coral, obviously the photo's up now that you can see. And then what I did is I thought it'd be really, really nice to put my 3 Acans together on the sand bed next to each other. All look great, beautiful corals, really, really nice, and I'll put a picture up there. So the 3 of them are all sat next to each other. So I had my rainbow in the middle, the green Acan on the right, the ultra green on the right, and then the I don't really know what it was just an Acan that I bought from Fishkeeper that I wasn't given a name, but very, very nice. So that weekend, or at the end of that week, I think I was off that weekend, I bought it on the Monday or something like that, I went to Inverness, did Loch Ness Marathon, I was away for a few days, I came back, didn't really pay a lot of attention on the Monday. I ran up, fed the fish, checked that the ATO still had water in it and stuff, had a quick scan of the tank, everything looked okay. And then on the Tuesday, when I was back to work and spent the day in the office, I noticed that my rainbow Acan looked awful. It was like Skeletor, it was very, very skeletal, didn't look in a good way at all, it was very stony. So I'll put a picture up just now to let you see that. So that looked in really, really bad shape. So my experience so far, I mean, I had a reef tank about 13 years ago, and I had some, had some GSP, some zoas, some like yellow polyps, or the canary polyps they call them, or something like that. I don't think I even had any zoas at the time. I had a couple of little random corals, I had that for 18 months or so, and that's all it was. And my experience with this tank is, GSP, zinnia, zoas mostly, some mushrooms and things like that. So with soft corals, you maybe don't have that experience that you'll get to an LPS. So I thought, it's getting too much light, it's getting burned, or it's not getting enough light, that could have been the other option, or it's got the nutrients are far too low, or the nutrients are far too high. So I kind of moved them about. I moved the ultra green into one place, and I put the other 2 under an arch. So the one from Fishkeeper and the rainbow, which wasn't doing so well, a little bit further apart, luckily. I think hopefully was a good thing. And then after a bit more googling of what's going on with Acans, I also at this time I'd ordered reefroids to try and feed it. I did also, when I noticed it the day after, I'd given them a quick dip, and I used Dettol to dip my corals, so I gave them an extra dip just to see if there was anything on them that was causing them issue, while the other 2, to be fair, looked fine, but I thought I'll give them a dip as well. I also tried to just pop them in I hung a jug into the tank with tank water, and then I also just defrosted a frozen ice cube, or a frozen TMC Gamma food cube into the water, just so there was loads of parkers in there to see if they would feed and maybe help it along. Didn't really do much, wasn't best, and I was waiting for reefroids to come. So I was doing that, and over the couple of days I was like, what could be wrong with it? I was like, I moved it under the archway and I tried to feed it, and then I started googling more, and then I found this picture on Reef to Reef, which I'll put up just now, and it's basically a picture of Acan Echinata versus Acan Lordhowensis, and it's like something out of Spider-Man. It's like venom. It just absolutely attacks things. Now, reading into this a bit more, there was a lot of stories of people, they sometimes use Acan Echinata as a sort of something to clear back encrusting corals, or maybe pest corals that fast growers. So they'd flip their Acan Echinata over onto certain corals to kill them back. They can be used to kill Aptasia, I believe, as well. Very, very aggressive coral. So as per that picture, it can do pretty much a lot of damage. So I kind of realised that was possibly the issue. I've been trying to feed them as well still, just to keep the Acans healthy and make them grow a bit quicker. But after a week of splitting up the Acan Echinata away from my rainbow Acan, which was the poor Acan in the middle. So the green one was totally fine because it was further away on the right hand side, and the rainbow was in the middle next to the Echinata. So after a week away from it, this is the difference. I'll put up the two pictures now showing the rainbow Acan when I noticed it wasn't in a good way, and then a week after, once I'd split it up. So it bounced back really quick, and it's looking a lot better. It's a bit puffier. It's more like what it was when I bought it, so it's on the right track. But I had no idea that was going to happen. So yeah, bit of a surprise. I thought, yeah, I'll put all three of my Acans together and they'll all look great together and all the Acans get on. They absolutely do not. So just be careful of that. It's a beautiful coral. I'll keep it. I'll just need to place it appropriately away from everything. Or hopefully I can put it next to other Echinatas. Let me know in the comments if I can. I'm assuming you can put Echinatas next to Echinatas. They're not just totally murderous to everything and anything, apart from anything that isn't an Echinata. It's kind of the same with, I know with torches or Euphilia, a torch will sting a hammer, I believe, and possibly frog spawn, whereas in here I've got my hammer and frog spawn are pretty close together. They are sort of apart, they're kind of wedged into the same hole, but the branch for the frog spawn's quite deep, quite long, sorry, and they're kind of wedged away, but the torch is a good, 4 or 5 inches away, and it's only a very little torch, so it'll be okay just now. So yeah, that was, I didn't realise that was something that could happen. I'm just thinking, it was just a bit mad, but yeah, if I'll put up the pictures again. So what a difference after a week next to Acan Echinata, which was obviously reaching over and stinging the Acan Lordhowensis, and then a week apart, and it looks much better. So I just thought I'd put it up as a little warning to people that maybe they're looking at getting Acans. I've been after Acans for ages, and I've been looking at them, and people have got little Acan gardens, and they've got all these Acans together. I know, like Triss and Nanotank Reefer, he has beautiful Acan gardens, but obviously I didn't pick up on the fact that there's different types. I know there's different types of Acans, but that Acan Echinata is absolutely murderous. It will try and kill anything within reach. So stuff like that, just to be careful of. But yeah, here they are as they should have been, and I'll leave that with you guys. But thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it saves someone else from either losing an Acan or having it stung to hell before they notice. But yeah, just be careful, and obviously if you're looking at this picture here, you'll notice there is a different look to these corals. So either check with your LFS, which type is it, or get online, maybe pop some pictures up onto, like, I don't know, Ask BRS on Facebook's a good group. Just if people know what types they are, or take some photos into your LFS and see if they can help identify them. But something to be careful of, guys. Just watch what you're doing. I was lucky that I noticed it quick enough and realised what was going on with just a bit of research. But yeah, definitely be careful. But thanks very much for watching, guys. Give me a little comment below. Have you ever had this issue before? Is there anything else with Acan Echinata? Can they go in a garden of Acan Echinata on their own? Then I might get a few other ones and make it worthwhile. But let me know in the comments below, guys, and give me a little like, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time.